The big local news all week has been the resignation of John Stanhope, both as Chief Minister and from the Assembly. We'll have an exclusive farewell interview with Mr Stanhope shortly. But first, a brief recap of his career, as it has directly coincided with the evolution of this program over the past decade.
John Stanhope, what is it about you and your personality that makes you suited to the role?
I have a deep commitment to social justice, to equality. I look forward to establishing a truly egalitarian society here within the ACT that does look after each of us, those that are most disadvantaged, those that are pushed to the edge.
Sure.
Thanks very much, mate. I take great pride in that achievement, and I tend to think the hardest thing that I will do in politics will be the winning of this election that we've just won.
Is the role of Chief Minister more difficult than you thought?
I don't think it is.
Thank you for the number of coverage on alert. McGregor, Holt, Higgins, Woodhaven Green.
Don't cheer me. If you want to blame somebody, blame me.
2 days after the firestorm hit, you said, if anyone wants to apportion blame, blame me. And you've been saying in the last few days that you still won't blame your officials.
That this was an overwhelming disaster, a disaster that cost the lives of 4 of our citizens, caused enormous damage, is a result of enduring grief, and I acknowledge that, and I'm awfully sorry for the sadness and the grief and the loss that has resulted from the fire. But in terms of my role, I'm relaxed.
Does it frustrate you that there's perhaps a view federally that the ACT Assembly is perhaps a glorified town council? It's okay when you're fixing roads and collecting rubbish, but whatever you do, don't stray into social policy?
I would have to consider very seriously my position in a circumstance where the Commonwealth Government came in with jackboots on and overturned the democratic will and rights of the people of the ACT. So I would take it to the wire.
Well, if you weren't being a politician, what would you be?
I think I'll be in politics for a while yet, and my hope after that, a contract I've entered into with my wife Robin, is that we'll end our productive working lives working in a third world country somewhere in Asia or Africa, so that's my future.
3 weeks ago you were furious. Today you got a smile on your face. What's changed?
Well, we have had some constructive negotiations with the Commonwealth about what they did intend in relation to Googong, and today I've received assurances personally from the Prime Minister that the Commonwealth will negotiate in good faith about the transfer of the Googong Dam to the Territory. We're particularly proud of our achievements in relation to those workplace policies.
One of the polls looked at how Canberrans perceived your leadership, with more than half saying they thought you were strong, passionate and capable, but also arrogant. How do you respond to that?
I've always sought to be honest, I've always sought to be direct, I've always tried to act with honesty and integrity, and if there's aspects of my personality that grate with people, I'm not sure that there's much I can do about that.
In terms of Canberra's evolution, in terms of Canberra's future, do you think at some point we have to cast off the shackles of the Griffin legacy?
The Griffin design and legacy underpins everything we do here in the ACT. I think it remains and will always be fundamentally important. It's the cornerstone. You know, he expressed the vision for this city, and I think if we don't maintain our attachment to Burley Griffin and his design and his vision, then we lose some understanding of the vision of greatness that he had for this city.
The Stateline hosts and interviewers over the decade were Kathleen Highland, Phil Williams and Catherine Garrett, and the role of Chief Minister was played by John Stanhope.